Last year, Ben and I embarked on a journey to the North Slope for a caribou hunt. Ultimately, we found success after a long, arduous, and difficult time. Something about that area of the state got into our blood, and we began planning a trip for next year. We wanted to do something ambitious. We wanted a hunt with a high adventure factor. A hunt with a high adventure factor helps drive you throughout the year to eat right, sleep right, train, exercise, make decisions that are going to ensure that when you're out there being challenged, you're prepared. Now, I am cursed with overwhelming optimism. So from my perspective, hiking 52 miles in and floating out 90 to 100 miles with pack rafts that you carry in seemed like a great idea. Ben is a little more of a pessimist, though I think he would describe himself as a realist. Between the two of us, we managed to find a happy medium. I trained for this hunt all year, taking every opportunity to go hiking, biking, and just be in the outdoors with the family, trying to avoid the couch, no matter how tempting it seemed. Even with all that preparation, hiking across tussocks for over 50 miles, hoping to shoot a caribou or two, and then floating out safely, is going to be a challenge. But the uncertainty is what makes Alaska and this type of hunt so exciting. Ultimately, this trip would be less about hunting and more about the journey. It would test both of us. Here at the beautiful home of the Fergusons, about to make the 6-hour or so trek to Coldfoot and then continue on. I think both of our packs are going to be over 80 pounds, but more than 13 of that is a raft. We're debating what else we can shave off. So we'll be in the 80s, but we'll probably eat a pound of food a day, so that'll come down. And then once we hit the river, obviously that, those rafts basically are our drag sleds. And that'll feel really nice to get 15, 16 plus pounds out of that pack. Then we'll be cooking with gas, as they say. So I think we got a good plan. We're certainly capable of hiking with over 80 pounds for very long distances. That's what we're doing. About to hit the road to head up north. Finally on the road. Feels good. Heading north. It'll be hours and hours of driving. I'll spare everyone another montage. You can always see the video from 2024 if you want to see a montage of the drive. Ben's pack was way too heavy. We were able to get him to dump some additional weight, but we're definitely in the mid to high 80s. I don't see a better option. Potentially out there for 2 weeks, so we have to have some of that weight to eat it. Anyway, we'll see how this adventure goes. Also not ideal that I injured my patellar tendon about, 5-6 weeks prior to this. Was dip netting, smashed my knee into a rock, tore my patellar tendon. Also, apparently had a stable fracture that healed. Not a major one, but my meniscus right now, probably from having to deal with patella injury and then me trying to train to get ready for this with an injured knee. My meniscus doesn't feel great, so naturally I'm gonna hike over 50 miles with an over 80 pound pack. Hopefully this video does not end in disaster. I think we'll be okay, but not an ideal situation to be in. Getting a start. That's the task ahead of us tomorrow. Cross and get on the river hiking. Well, home away from home. We'll see how this does tonight. Ben opted for a backup tent. Sure is pretty. Not bad as accommodations go. out of the wind, out of the bugs, although I see some cracks of daylight where they could get in. But not bad. Don't even have to get my 0-degree bag out of my pack. Just use a blanket. Yep. Ready? You're clear. Muskox.
Yeah.
Quivet.
Yeah, that seems like caribou. It's all wool-like.
Make a suit out of that. Yeah. All muskox here. They clearly like this area. A lot of grizzly tracks, a lot of caribou tracks, and some caribou sheds. We're getting out here now. Beautiful country, no wind. It's got enough bugs for everyone. A lot of bear activity. We've been mercifully blessed with some wind to keep those white socks off us a little bit. Making good time. Punching out to 5 miles. See if we can knock out 4 or 5 more before we make camp, and that'll set us up nice for tomorrow. Here come the bugs as soon as the wind stops. Old den. Guess we'll see if we can get across it. This is the absolute worst terrain. Spongy, uneven, entangling. Gotta get back to the river. I've never seen that before in Alaska. What do you think that is? Some kind of affliction?
No, it's something like fungus, but it's wild.
I've never seen that color before on any plants in Alaska. So the Last of Us scenario. First caribou, probably a little bull. That black dot right there, walking along the river. Maybe we will see that herd of 2,000 with 2 giant bulls at the lead. That is a big grizz walking the banks. It's a muskox, not a grizzly. I only saw it move through the brush. So we got a caribou laying down in the middle of a river on a gravel bar, and a muskox. It's kind of cool though. It definitely looks like a grizzly when yeah, the same color. It was this reddish brown color moving right through the brush. So what, we're back to thinking it might be a grizz?
No.
It's a muskox.
There was one that stayed.
Just got the hump. Looks like one.
What had a yellowing?
There's a caribou chilling on the gravel bar. We've got a menagerie. Got multiple muskox, a caribou who's not even looking at us, looking at the muskox, and a porcupine, you think?
It's a beaver.
Yeah, beaver. Oh, I see what you're looking at. Are you sure? That's pretty big.
No, that's the muskox. The beaver one on the side.
We also got lots of bugs and a gorgeous day. Anyway, seeing animals. Hey, bud. That's a cute little guy. Tell you what. Made it past the porcupine, the next guardians of the valley, our group of muskox. It's a very large bull. That group, huge horns. The bugs remain pestilential. We're almost at 10 miles. It's what, 7 o'clock. We're gonna start to look for a camp spot in about 30 minutes or so, but we've made it over 10 miles today, which is pretty good for packs over 80 pounds, eh?
Yeah, late start.
Late start, so maybe we can do more tomorrow. Definitely want to get a good night's rest, get some food in our belly. But beautiful country, weather cooperated, again, except for the bugs, but you can't have everything perfect. Big wolf tracks. Very big wolf tracks. The curious caribou. Ben's bamboozling him. He's coming toward us. It's a curious fella. There, do it again. Do it. There he goes. That would have been an easy shot. Let that young one move on. We got days and days and days ahead of us. We'll make some food. This will be our camp one. I'm gonna turn this off to save battery. Not quite 11 miles in. What a day. Well, deadhead camp one. Raining on us. Had some muskox walk by us later in the evening, same ones we saw earlier. Rainy, chilly, a little bit miserable, but we had some peak refuel, biscuits and gravy. On the plus side, there's no bugs now, so I guess we got our wish. Pack up, start making our way. I think this should break. It should just be a sort of partially cloudy, partially sunny situation, pushing into the next day. Are pretty soaked, although not too bad. Still nice and warm. No bad weather, just bad gear, as they say. This must be old overgrown riverbed. It's shallow, not tussocks, easy walking. At one point I imagine this was all water. Get your own patch.
This is my patch.
Scott's patch. You own nothing. What a fascinating area. Caribou antler graveyard. There's a whole mess of them. Well, that is not a smashed watermelon. It is not a tomato. That is a bear who's been eating a lot of berries. A reddish color. Not as good as walking on what was the old riverbed, but this stuff's pretty easy too. Just a mountain path. Big trees grown by the river. Like actual proper trees. Taking a moment to do some foot care, some blister repair. Dry feet are a nice luxury to have. Yeah, feet are nice and dry, but just a time for it to start raining on us again. Still, we got a pretty good route. Hopefully this just blows over. We don't have to go rain gear again. Mysteries of the North. Where did the drum come from? We may never know. What do you think it was? The muskox? Just hike your gaiters up. You got an approach this way. Just jump over this trench. That's what you got to jump over. Ben likes to pack way too much gear to carry way too far. I'm gonna videotape you. Go. See, not so bad, is it? One step at a time. That's right. Let's get going. Probably fishing there. We scared some fish just when we were going through a small side stream. Well, me and Ben couldn't resist. Got a grayling. It's a nice one. That's good. It's a good sign. We can supplement our diet as we go. I was gonna say, yeah, I was right about to say this. This reminds me of Kodiak. Side hilling and you hit random ravines and slick stuff. Trying to plot our next move on this rather vast river plain so we don't have to cut all the way around it. Forever. Feels good to lay down. We've had consistent light rain all day. We're making good time.
Yeah.
Knocking out, I mean, when we're actually walking, we're probably doing 1.5 to 2 miles an hour. Our average with brakes is more like 1.3, 1.4. But we got a couple more hours of hiking left. We got to find a good camp. We're gonna have a snack. I think both of us are pretty hungry at this point. Bunch of them. I wonder what their interest in us is. things we talk ourselves into. Sea of willows. I don't think either of us were expecting the volume of willows that are up here. I mean, that is thick. Pretty expansive at this point. I think this will be camp 2. What was that, 12 miles? I think we did about 12 miles.
Very dark color.
There's a muskox. Crappy wet day, but if we can get a fire going, that'd be nice. Whew. Yeah, in the middle of a rainstorm, that quite the fight. Used some of his homemade spicy olive oil.
Chili sauce.
Sorry, chili sauce. And that seemed to have saved the fire for now. So just a wet, cold, miserable day thus far. What began as a passing comment, wishing that we could have a fire, turned into a Herculean effort. Ben gave it his all, and I joined in shortly after. It would be a good test for a later day that was even wetter and more miserable. And it was satisfying to beat back the elements and get some much-needed warmth. From that day forward, we managed to have a fire at every camp. Hey man, making a fire in the rain. Cook some grayling on it. Yeah, it's working now.
Thick piece.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. Certainly a battle to get this fire to stay put in all this rain. Ben, my compliments. Cheers.
There we go. Cheers.
Cheers. I'll do. You know, it's the simple things in life. Hot fire and hot grayling on a rainy, miserable day. It's amazing how it changes your perspective, lifts your spirits. Cold, wet morning. Time to get up, do it all again. Ben just popped out of the tent. Oh, I really hope we get some sunshine today. Well, we were smart enough to surmise our feet and our boots would get wet, so we have these water socks that have done pretty well. Boots are not dried out by any means, but still makes for pretty comfortable walking even with a wet boot. Well, if it ain't pouring rain, then the bugs will come out, but yes, we are. I would much rather have bugs right now. I like to rotate. The sun is doing its best, but not good enough yet. So.
What did you say when you got out of your tent this morning? What, breakfast isn't ready?
I didn't say that. I said, where's the fire? You're supposed to keep it going. That's what I said. Look at this. Look at this. I also had the misfortune of one of these tent poles malfunctioning, and the connector sunk somewhere into it. We couldn't get it, so we had to make a splint. But improvise, adapt, overcome. Water level is a bit up. Nothing dangerous. The color has changed. Definitely more runoff in it. Counting up dinners, I got my unpackaged,
So I've got 3 dinners. 4.
repackaged peak refuel stuff, some other stuff, but then I think we have just the right amount of food.
Well, we'll find out.
We had a long dispute over servings versus dinners. So I think we've linguistically evolved. Next time we'll hopefully know what we're talking about. So if you say that you have a dinner, that's a dinner for 2 people.
2 servings is 1 meal for 1 person.
But a peak refuel has 2 servings, which either of us can eat. So really, one dinner would be 4 servings if you really want to break it down. So it's confusing.
For 2 people.
For two people. Oh, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The main character in any good hunting story is the weather. Boy, that's nice. I don't even care if it gets too hot. I'd rather just deal with the variety of issues. But the sun is peeking out. Might actually have a chance to dry some of our gear. I don't think our boots are going to be dry for another couple days, but that's okay. That wet tent and our wet sleeping bags, boy, if we can get them dried out, that's going to be wonderful. Ben's solar charger works pretty darn well. So maybe I didn't need to pack another 2 pounds of battery. We're gonna get going here pretty soon. Start packing up and cross some forks of some rivers and see if we can make another 10 miles today. They turned really hot, so we've taken our sweet time to get the tent pole fixed and to get everything dried out, and we'll start hiking. I don't know what kind of progress we'll make today. Fingers crossed this kind of weather continues. It's gorgeous. I'm not going to say too hot because we're thankful for it, but it's definitely t-shirt weather all of a sudden with that direct sunlight. We'll get going here. We need to knock out, if we can't knock out 10 miles, we need to at least do 8. We need to get to where we need to go. Big wolf tracks again. So it begins. We've got a strong upcurrent wind. It's going to help us stay stable. Should help push us. Made it without incident. It's turned. Yeah, not bad, huh? Well, gonna have to tell the viewers, Ben left his trekking poles back there on shore. We're gonna unpack the raft. I'm gonna push him back across. Don't want to be hauling 80-pound packs without trekking poles, and I don't want to lend him one of mine so that we both have one trekking pole. We'll take the extra 30 minutes to get his walking sticks. Back he goes for the trekking poles. Rolling back up. Ready to go. Overgrown boulder fields make for uneven, horrible terrain. varied and interesting terrain. We've got hummocks now. You can sort of Mario Brothers your way across them if you so choose. He said you got moose track. Really doesn't surprise me. This habitat seems super conducive to moose. All right, Ben, go for it. You gotta hop from hummock to hummock or fall. Not great terrain. Big grayling. Should we cast? You've got spring water bubbling up. It's pristine. JJ, that lure you bought me paid off, buddy. That's the lure my son got me just for this trip. Whew. Hey, buddy, our first Arctic char. That's a pretty fish, man. That's a real pretty fish. This is just amazing. These are huge spring-fed pools, very deep above my head. See if I can catch something. No muck in that water. Crystal clear. This looks like a road, and we shall use it as such. Yeah, pretty luxurious compared to those freaking hummocks. Oh yeah. Well, Savannah, Serengeti, what you will, but oh, it's nice walking on this stuff. Much easier on the feet and the legs. Got much farther to go than how far we've come. Didn't make it quite as far as we'd have liked, but we did accomplish some things, and boy, did we find a nice spot to camp. Got fire in process and filtration about to start. Yeah, really soul renewing stuff. Not a bad way to spend an evening. Oh yeah, one last shot of that. That looks amazing. Dolly Varden, not Arctic char. I don't know. We just didn't know there was Dolly Varden in here, and grayling.
It remains to be seen. The more you repeat it, doesn't
One man's Dolly is another man's Arctic char.
transmute it into a fact.
Look, for the last time, that's an Arctic char. Gorgeous day at 7 a.m. We're going to be trying to move quick, see if we can knock out 15 miles today. There's a ton of small fish. They're not that small. There they are. Hanging out. Wonder. Yeah, these springs are fascinating. There's a ton of them. Yeah, no, just no big ones. First we thought it was an optical illusion, but that's snow. And, pretty crazy it's still there, given what the weather's been like off and on. Whole snowfield. Another landlocked pool with fish big enough to eat. It's wild. Maybe it'll
flat all summer, and then it'll freeze.
Well, unless it floods in September or something and water comes way up. The river is still frozen over, iced over. Well, Lost my hat. I've got another small hunting cap that I can wear, but it's a shame. I like that Arctic char hat. Tempting to take a bath here, but we gotta put 15 miles behind us. I don't know if I'd eat that.
The white stuff that we've been seeing from ice patches.
Yeah, that's just sea willows up here. I mean, a lot of them seem to get kind of a certain size and die, or maybe they get flooded out, but still, these willows are expanding like crazy. It's like we kind of expect to start hearing steel drums. As Ben just said, it's like a weird Arctic tropical paradise. Tidal pools, I bet you that'd be a warm bath. Still passing all kinds of pools filled with lots of smaller fish.
Bird life.
Yeah, we haven't seen much. If we weren't packing 80 pounds, and if we didn't have 30 plus miles to go, oh, that'd be cool. Look at those sheds.
Side by side.
There's just, yeah, look at that. There's just fish in every single one of these isolated pools. They are truly everywhere. Not big enough to catch.
Hey, it's your own bush.
It's my bush.
You're always taking my bush.
Tastes better if you take it from your friend. More bones now. More sticks. Yeah, as Ben said, most likely a winter kill ram. Boy, that would have been probably a pretty mature ram. That's been there a while. Out on the flats, probably got caught by wolves.
In the valleys.
Yeah, it wouldn't have stood a chance. Found some bolites, some pretty nice ones. Will be supplemental dinner. What do you think, Ben? Without the wind, when that sun's out, it's got to be in the 70s. Sure feels like it. A lot better than walking on that rock. We might be able to knock out 15 today without too much trouble. We'll see. Tell you what, this is moose country. It is not caribou country. Look at the size of that. I mean, it's not super tall on the beams, but the tines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, real strong tines. As is your custom. Yeah, slightly different terrain. Highly compressed rock. Not a lot sticking out, even the big ones. Weird. It was big at one time. It's got a big beam.
The amount of sheds around here, pretty wild.
Well, it's just interesting just how much more moose sign there is than caribou, including moose droppings everywhere. Another dried out fork. Need some water on demand. Say our dogs are barking, feet are sore, joints are aching. Walking on this stuff is very jarring. Oh, and my soft knee brace is only doing so much. We're getting there though. Terrain always changes on you. Good little fire starters. That's what you used to start the fire yesterday?
No, I think it's a different type of cotton. Quite this flammable.
They really do go up quickly. We didn't catch any fish, so unless it's a rotten guy. Boy, that's big. How is it underneath? Ah!
It's kind of spread.
Still kind of firm? That looks still pretty good. Toss it in. Yeah, that's fine and pressure. That was a test. C+.
Points gotta be 4 more. 2 feet more. Why are you videoing this?
Why wouldn't I? See, you have no answer. Just load up the bullies. We're 13 miles done today. We're kind of sore, beat up, but we have a good camp and we have a bag of mushrooms. We're gonna make a good dinner, and then tomorrow our destination is back in those mountains. Be a lot of rock walking tomorrow. The rock walking's not easy on the joints or the knees, but it's better than tussocks or hummocks, so you can't have a perfect highway everywhere you go. It's been very different terrain with different pros and cons, but today was nice. Decent wind kept the bugs away, and it was certainly warm, so can't complain. Need to make some dinner.
Take it, shoot the cotton on this side.
All right. Packed with cotton. Let's see if this works. Hey, I think it's going.
Not as flashy.
Not as flashy, but hey, that wind going through is helping. Doesn't take much. Blowing it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Sun's starting to dip. Getting a little chilly. Yeah, you feel that cold wind.
More sun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some good ones for sure. Yep, bolete, mushroom, sausage medley. That'll be a good finisher for this night. Tidy up camp. Pretty darn good. Oh, we gotta get more boletes. Got some coffee going. We just got our weather forecast from our inReaches, and the good times may be coming to a close here. It's supposed to hit 63, 64, 65 today. It's gonna be a gorgeous day. And then, is it just tomorrow or is it the day after tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 100% chance of rain, 55 degrees the next day, a high of 35 and a low of 29.
And then the day after that, it says right now that there's a 100% chance of snow. It's like 30 degrees. So we'll see what we walk into, but that's the Brooks Range. I think we're gonna wanna make tracks as fast as we can today. We're dealing with the future moral dilemmas of how many caribou to shoot, whether to get 2 big bowls or 4 small ones that'll fit easier in the raft. And what was it you said, Ben?
I said, James, because you were resisting me, I said, James, don't feed your vanity, feed your family.
Don't feed your vanity, feed your family. Meat hunting. I don't know. I'd like to get a nice representation of the species. We'll see. Goodbye to camp number 4. Well, I wouldn't make a pizza out of that. But we've been seeing bear sign everywhere. We have yet to see a bear. Granted, we've been trying to be loud and obnoxious. Hard to spook one in this open country, but every time we went through the willows, we made as much of a ruckus as we could. Well, after looking the entire trip, we finally have a sheep. That little white dot above that triangular point. Reach spot. The chances are it's a sublegal ram, and we're kind of here to hunt caribou, so I'm not going to waste the day and the energy. No spot and scope in the pack. Too heavy. This may be our last gorgeous day for a while, so I'm going to Mr. Solar Panel and charge 2 battery packs as I walk with the sun on my right. Solar charge has been working really well. Woo. We're cooking. The batteries are charging. We'll see if in 2 days it's 30 degrees and snowing. Very likely will be. This is just stunning. Never seen anything like this. Well, unless that's a really young ram. Not seeing headgear, probably a lone ewe, which as Ben said is a little bit depressing. This time of year, they should be grouped up, not out here all by her lonesome. Oh, one more small ocean of foot-pounding rocks to get back onto some good ground.
chase the caribou.
Starting downhill. Look. Maybe, but for now we're going downhill. See, never the pessimist versus optimism. Water scoured and gouged this whole area. Guessing in spring, maybe later in fall, it's raging. Bone dry for now. I don't know when our next source of water is going to be. This right here is what we have. Hopefully it's clean enough that it doesn't plug up the filter. Ben's looking to see if there's any outflow. You got a stream? Yep. All right, I'll bring the bag over there. Doesn't look like there's another water source for miles. Pretty hot and bone dry, but we got a stream here, so. There it is, bubbling out. Ben dug it down. We'll wait for it to clear. Yeah, it's a little hidden pasture. It's like the old West. It's a watering hole. There's little, I don't know, there's little worms in the water that Ben and I are observing. That one just moved into a little circle. There it is, there's one. I got it on camera. We were just talking about, water's probably clean enough. Do we really need to filter it? And I'm like, huh, there's a lot of worms. I think we'll filter it.
I should have had you grab my mesh.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right. I got a second filter too. If this one goes kaput on us. I don't think it will. I think we can handle the worms. Worms shouldn't get through. So the ptarmigan must eat those, huh?
Oh yeah.
It's a big grasshopper.
It is.
Taking an opportunity to dry out the boots and everything else completely. May I?
That's how parasites get spread.
Water! Water! That's fresh from the brooks. It's good.
With worms.
Tastes a little wormy. Farewell to the oasis. Goodbye to the grasshoppers. We have enough water to make a camp if we're not by a water source. That should get us to the next river. Or maybe we're carrying extra weight for no reason and we'll find a water source right away, but I'd rather not bet on that.
Getting to a caribou migration route.
Yeah, that's wild. It's a path. Well, that didn't take long. Better safe than sorry, though. These sheep are getting slaughtered in the flats. That's another legal ram. That's two on the lamb tip, right?
It's been 9 years old.
Yeah.
Which is kind of young to die.
You can make a shofar out of it.
Sad, huh?
Yeah, it is. Another winter kill. I think they're suffering out here. That lone ewe is not a good sign. Must have been a rough winter. Well, nature's not good or evil. It's just indifferent, right? Is that a muskox? That's a muskox jaw. It's thick. Good Lord. It's gotta be muskox. That's they're built real sturdy. Apparently not sturdy enough. A lot of caribou trails. Yeah, looks like wolf pursuing the caribou, near as we can tell. It's going right along with those steps. We've gained over 1,500 feet of elevation. We're gonna make camp another mile, which puts us at almost a 15-mile day, which is substantial. So we have a water source nearby, and tomorrow morning, that's the pass we're going through. Final mileage is 14.5 and over, I think, around 1,600 something feet of elevation gain. We're going to rest and eat and hopefully get to a floatable river tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what the weather brings. We might be getting chased out of here by snow rain mix. It's supposed to get bad by 5 p.m. So we've got gear for it for every occasion. We'll see what happens. Well, no fish, no mushrooms, no berries, just beef pasta peak refuel, which is still pretty good. This is about the softest stuff you could pitch a tent on. I think we'll sleep well, and then I think we need to knock out, optimistically, only 7 or 8 miles tomorrow. We'll see. Nice soft ground. Some bone broth. Yeah, it's nice. Almost bedtime. Beautiful day for now. Two lambs?
Yeah, either you and a mature lamb or two ewes.
Yeah, they're pretty little. That's cool though, to be greeted by that in the morning. It was pleasant to see the next generation intact after all the death we had witnessed in the Valley of Dry Bones. It was a reminder that nature has its cycles. The weather forecast is unchanged. As a matter of fact, we might get rain a little bit earlier. About to clear it. Whew. treacherous. Lots of caribou droppings, caribou sign. Clearly animals use this as a pass, so perhaps it doesn't turn into a raging river, except maybe in spring. We really still are following the caribou at this point. Oh, it'll open up in about a mile, hopefully. Huge rocks. Those rocks just pound the heck out of your feet, your knees, your joints. We're making progress though. Getting a little bit easier. We're opting for a sheep trail. Gets brushy fast again. Oh, apparently right back into moose country. Lots and lots of caves around here. Trying to find boletes. Not a lot in this area. Yeah, it seems to like to grow in the shallow tundra, not the leg exhausting, super spongy stuff. But oh my gosh, is this better than the tundra tussock stuff? Holy cow. Mushrooms be darned. We're moving way faster now. There's two giant moose antler sheds right there, side by side. Ben's going to check it out. That's quite a find. A ram horn in between two moose antler sheds.
This one is
That's a nice ram.
very recent.
Jeez, look at that. Did you age it?
I did it.
Yeah, he's at least 8 probably.
Eight or nine.
Yeah. Apparently some other hunters organized those sheds. Ben found an old campsite. So there was 2 ram horns, 2 moose antlers. But yeah, that's a recent ram. Close. But no cigar. Well, we hit a nice patch of blueberries, and boletes in them seem to be symbiotic. So we're doing a little hunt on our way to the next river. Keep looking. That one's probably rotted out. Yeah. Lone mighty bush.
You need to be on the right side or the left side of this. Because if it all comes together on the left side, then it might be hard to cross.
Yeah. It's been a nice kicker. It's been a tough couple of days. I'm getting close. hopefully to some floatable water. Another bolete for the bag. It's a quality one.
Yeah, we're looking for that creamy white color on the bottom.
Firm. Yeah. Got about a mile till we get to what is hopefully a floatable river. By the time we make camp, we'll have done about 10 miles today, which is pretty substantial given what we did yesterday. Rain hasn't been too bad. Weather is still forecast to turn very cold tomorrow. We're gonna get an updated forecast, but we might get some wood ready and be ready just to hunker down. If it's gonna be snowing and 30 degrees out as a high. Weather forecast can be wrong. It is raining right now lightly, so that forecast was correct. Wind has turned very cold. We're gonna find a sheltered spot, set camp and get ready. It's just in time, yeah. I think this weather is about to hit us. Well, we're here. It looks floatable, but we might have to stay hunkered down tomorrow if the weather forecast is correct. So that's what we're gonna prepare for. That's a little bird of prey. Yeah, that thing actually has claws, talons. I wonder if we're near their nest. Well, caught a couple small ones, but there's just nothing big up here yet. Oh, hey, there we go. You got another small one. Sweet. It's gonna be dinner. Oh, got the first course cooking. And we'll have fish, some bolete mushrooms. It's gonna be good. Well, it's hidden that wet, cold misery, but mushrooms are cooking. Fish is next. Socked in. It's gonna be an early bedtime. Hopefully we'll be floating the river tomorrow. Well, it ain't the Taj Mahal, but for now it's home. Well, definitely snowed on us last night. Uh-oh, I'm just doing a video, and definitely snowed on us last night. It's a winter wonderland. Yeah, it's gonna be that kind of a day. I don't mind snow, I just don't like the rain-snow mix. Nothing that coffee and blueberry peach crisp can't fix, I suppose. Hopefully this improves a little bit. We can hit the water maybe after 3 o'clock and make some progress. It's gonna be cold though. We're gonna get splashed. There's no way you don't get wet. So got the rain pants on. Ben's trying out his frog togs. Probably put gaiters over my rain pants and boots. And that should hopefully keep the water out. Ben made it across in his frog togs without incident. A bit of a risk, but proof of concept for what we're going to wear in the raft. I think mainly once we're done hunting, I'm going to go with rain pants over hunting pants and then put gaiters over that. And with the gaiter over the rain pants, over the boot, you effectively have short waders so that you can hop out, hunt caribou. But it's good to know that the frog togs are holding up. Day 7. Thankful for the rain, raising the water level, and praying that the sun comes out once more. See how this goes. All right, seasoning the rafts. Almost ready to go. That's right, finished with breath air. Wind is blowing against us. We'll see what kind of progress we make. Exciting to really start the major second leg of the hunting trip. Won't be packing 15 plus pounds of raft and paddle with us anymore. We'll be hunting as we go. So we're optimistic, excited, and a little trepidatious as always. We'll see how it goes. All right, good luck, man. I'll be following you. Just stop when you can. I'll catch up. I'll give you a push. The intrepid explorer, Ben Ferguson.
Hard to read the river, son!
Keep going, boy! Oh, thrilling first stretch. Do some fishing. Hands as numb as mine. They're warming up. Oh. Pretty fun. Gotta do a little bit of dragging. Then we'll be back in the main channel. And some closeout. Taking a little break. Get some fishing done. Watch out for that kind of stuff. Avoid smashing into cliff walls. Just some of the finer points of rafting. Bends up ahead, checking for more sweepers and cliffs and everything else. Trying to avoid the bad spots as much as we can. First orders of business: make a fire. Got our rafts acting kind of like a windscreen. Should hopefully be cozy. Go get water. We're both pretty wet. I think my boots have more water than foot in them right now. So I'm gonna get water and get at my Crocs, and hopefully we can dry our stuff out. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow, but it's not supposed to rain. So we have a chance to dry stuff if we get a nice fire going. Well, we've got everything drying at our first bit of dinner. We still have some mushrooms and some fish for the second course. On account of our voracious appetites and general fatigue, I'm just gonna fry those fish whole. The remainder of the bolete mushrooms that we got. A little bit of snow last night. Sun's poking out. We're gonna try to take full advantage and get some distance on the river today. Colder temperatures are gonna be expected. It's gonna stay much lower than at the beginning of our trip, which is probably the norm, but we can anticipate, mid 40 degree temperatures. So if we get some sun today, I think that's the time to be out on the cold water. On Ben's remote wilderness kitchen, we've got freeze-dried peppers, and some egg, and what is that, Ben?
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
Sausage.
Start the day off right. Some sausage as well. My turn to do breakfast tomorrow, probably.
Let me guess, biscuits, gravy again.
Actually, biscuits and gravy again. Yeah. And it's good, and you should be thankful.
You get some more water with each. each time.
I've been stretching
as you
it.
try to make it go further.
I've been stretching the biscuits to make sure we don't starve out here in these parts.
Gravy flavored water tomorrow.
Gravy water. It's good. Ben's been spoiled. It's good for him to suffer. Builds character. Sure is some pretty country. Second stage of cooking powdered eggs. Hydrated. Now he actually has to cook. It's a delicate balance. One wrong move and all that work goes on the ground. I certainly wouldn't want to be the one under such pressure.
There's lots to do to get us ready for the day. We'll make a lot of river miles today.
We're gonna make a lot of river miles today.
Let's get to it.
All right, chop chop. That looks pretty good. Thank you, sir. I'll try to make the biscuits thicker tomorrow. Well, we are doing our best to fortify our gators to keep water out. Hopefully it works. We will make some good river miles. That was a good fun bit of rafting. We ran out of water though. We're gonna go back to the main channel. That right there is what you want to avoid. That is a raft flipper all the way. Well, we've been making good time. I'm gonna lay her down. It's hot. Around another bad sweeper. Ton of water, ton of force. Right into that tree on a corner. Playing it safe. Woo! Gorgeous day when that sun comes out. Yeah, that looks like a dead man's turn. Yeah, that would certainly be a place to go in to drink. That would have been bad. Woo, pretty, but a little too dangerous to risk. See sheep trails all over these mountains. No sheep though. I can't remember if it's day 8, day 9 or what, but we got a nice camping spot picked out. I gotta get some hot food. All we've had is a few handfuls of trail mix during the day, but we almost went 20 miles on the river yet. So maybe tomorrow we can knock out 25, get to our spot that we actually want to hunt, and hopefully get a couple caribou. Snow on those mountains. Apparently great minds think alike, because some other hunters in years past had a fire pit right here, and they left us some nice firewood. Oh, courteous. Ferguson handcrafted ingenuity, creating a drying rack for all of our stuff. Tell you what, being able to have a fire every night's been pretty vital to morale and getting ready to hit it the next day. Various drying efforts are underway. Doesn't see us. Well, cold night and a stunning morning. Everything's getting nice and dried out, and then we will actually be able to get some hunting done today. We're gonna float down to a valley that runs to another river, and we should be able to do some glassing, and maybe we get lucky. If we don't, then we're gonna move on to some rolling foothills right before it breaks out into tundra, and we'll hunt there. But hopefully the caribou are pushing through. Weather's been variable enough that they should be moving now. Again, pretty cold nights, frost on the ground, but this sun is nice. Makes all the difference in the world. Just when you feel like you got the hang of it and the river's clear, you got to watch out for stuff like that. That would have been bad. We just had a series of rip-roaring, at least class 2 rapids here and there. Went over some rough stuff. The rafts did fine. Oh, gorgeous day. Keeping us warm and relatively dry. It's time to try some fishing. Ben's got a nice one on. He's giving you some guff, isn't he? Beautiful fish. Holy cow, look at the size of that sucker. That's a dinner. That's beautiful. Look at the pink spots.
Good
Orange
heavens.
mouth.
What a fish.
Hold that sucker up. Take a picture. There we go. Just gonna horse him up. Put on a bigger hook. We've got enough fish for sure now. And the hook came out perfect. That's a beauty. Gosh, these are pretty fish. That's enough, man. Geez, that's dinner, breakfast, and then some.
Ready?
Yep. Well, what a day. I put mine back. It was the same size as Ben's. These are all red salmon sized fish. 5, 6 pounds. So good size. Keeping 2, that's gonna be dinner and breakfast. That saves us our meals, so we're in good shape. No reason to keep a 3rd. That's more than we can eat. On the underside? Yeah.
More golden.
Boy, that back is so camouflaged though with the water. They're really hard to spot. What'd you say?
Oh, you the 2 bears, the 2 caribou.
Shoot.
But they went off that bank into the brush.
All right. You hit some really braided shallow spots every now and then. Back on the big water.
Has to be like pressurized.
Maybe that's where Moses hit the rock another time, but that's wild. There's a waterfall coming out of this isolated chunk of rock. off where we're thinking about making a camp and hunting this valley out here. Drop camp and hike in along the valley that connects to another river. Looks like a natural migration corridor. We're not seeing any caribou yet. Oh. Yeah. Someone got a caribou this year. Well, I guess it must be a half decent place.
Big one.
Oh, yeah. Nature's spaghetti. Probably from a brown bear. Let's not drink out of here. Jeez, there's fish everywhere. Yeah, looks like a fox. At one point that was running. Oh, old fire circle and either a wolf or a wolverine left a present. Looks like it ate a doll sheep. Getting our stuff dry. Camp squared away. We're gonna go scout back there, see if we can get lucky. That fish that we caught, Ben has buried in the tundra freezer. So it's in a bag in the ground. Dug out a hole there. Part of the idea is to make sure that no animals can get into it, whether it's a bear or a weasel of some kind, marten or not, or who knows. Always trying to find new ways to dry boots in the sun. We're gonna go get to a glassing point. For quite a bit. Nothing but a brown bear sow with a cub. No caribou. Lots of caribou trails. It's clear that they come through here at some point, just not now. Which begs the question of whether we just move on down the river the next day. Found at least 4 or 5 boletes. So we're gonna have a nice big fish with mushrooms. All right, let's find some more mushrooms. Yeah, this is nice. Wood is somewhat scarce in these parts, so I guess I'll go on an expedition while you unbury the fish from the permafrost cooler. All right, from Ben's primitive freezer. Emerges a bag of delicious fish.
Nice and cool.
Nothing wrong with fish for breakfast. All right, I'll cut those up shortly.
Is your spoon handy by chance?
What's that?
Is your spoon handy by chance?
I can get it for you. Oh yeah.
Or should we drag a raft over the seat?
We've got nature's carpet to lay down on. Well, enjoying our time around the fire. Got a weather forecast. Tomorrow looks good until late, and then it's supposed to be heavy rain snow mix, and then into the morning it says heavy snow into early afternoon the next day, so we might have to hunker down again. We'll see. Some water for coffee. Beautiful morning so far. We'll have to try to get about 20 miles down the river, and then we need to set up camp and start hunting. Hopefully we have better success finding caribou. The wind is at our backs today. We think we'll be clipping along fast, debating whether to save the fish or just make something quicker and move on. It really is a nifty freezer. You making the eggs too?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because we'll get the skillet done. I can at least, I'll strip this out.
Okay.
And then it'll be ready to go. We can use as much of it as we want. Yeah, I wonder what that tailwind speed is, but we should be making good progress. 2 days in a row of sun like that. We better take advantage of it. Almost ready to go. Quick stop to Glass. It's a nice hot day. Getting our hats wet, stay cool. Pretty amazing place. We are gonna make sure to catch some more fish when we can, but keep a sharp eye as we get out there. Hopefully we can see more caribou. Well, that's got to be the biggest one of these I've ever caught. That's that might be an over 10-pound fish. I don't know. They're in here for sure. There's just a big bunch of them in here. There you go. There he is. That's another big one, man. These guys are all tanks. Oh, jeez. All right, get a holy cow, look at that. That's a beauty. Oh boy, get him here, hold him up for what a beautiful fish. I'm doing a video now. Yeah, all right, let him back. that is wild. Man. All right, we got dinner in hand, and boy, what an amazing place. It's time to get hunting. Pretty amazing cliff faces. We've been getting dive bombed by these seagulls for some reason. Don't know what we did to make them mad. They've been following us for miles. Well, the river still has surprises for us. There was a side channel that it must have just got ripped through this year that was class 4 waves shooting over trees. We dodged that and then came around the corner to that. So just keeping a sharp eye. We thought it would be getting easier, but still has some surprises for us. Get up on that little ridge and see what we can see. Pretty colors. No caribou, a lot of delicious blueberries and a lot of white socks attacking us. But we'll keep making tracks, go 5 or 6 more miles down the river, and see if we can get lucky. Prepare to be boarded. Yeah, this is nice. You gotta keep your head on a swivel regardless. Well, it's raining on us. Weather's turning, but we got a few more miles to go, I think, before we'll make camp. Cold and wet. Try to find a good spot for camp so we're sheltered from the wind. Whew. Cold, wet, and miserable. A windbreak. Nice spot to make a camp. Oh boy, weather's here. The wind is just nasty. It's nice to get out of it. This one required a small paper towel and some hand sanitizer to assist, but boy, it's as Ben said, it's challenging when it's 100% humidity. Everything's wet. I think we have this going now, knock on wood. Oh, we got her. It's gonna be an early to bed kind of day. It's rough weather. Well, we found a valley right on the coals, gives it that nice wood taste. But this was a experimenting game bowl. We're eating pretty greedily, wouldn't you say?
We're hungry.
We're hungry. Snowed a little last night. Snowed on the hills. Pretty wet, cold evening. We're getting a late start. It's about 10 a.m. right now. Can't have nothing but good sunny days. Gotta have some nasty ones to make you appreciate those. So we'll be off to a slow start, but we're not that far from where we want a glass for caribou. And probably put another camp, maybe 10 plus more miles down the river. And that puts us about 30, 31 river miles within where we would need to get back to. So we'll see what the day brings. All right, we start the day with Ferguson custom coffee. What's your recipe?
It's Folger singles, which is a tea bag with coffee grounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I add instant espresso to it. Give it a little extra kick.
The best part of waking up is Ferguson Folgers in your cup. There you go. Shocking to think, prior to the Columbian Exchange, coffee was so scarce in Western Europe. Poor folks having to drink tea. I'm sure it could hit a point, but it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to get tired of eating this stuff. Boy, that's good. It's really good. Camp all packed up, getting ready to go, and there it is, the sun. Once again, the main character in every hunt is the weather. All right, time to do about 10 more river miles. Yeah, that's a dolly. That's a dandy too. Nice. There we go, I got one. Hard to reel, and whatever exaggeration with the last fish there was about it being a 10-pound fish, this is definitely in that weight class or more. It's a big fish. It's the biggest one I've caught. All right, well, me and Ben both have a little bit of a fishing addiction, as is evident from our many fishing stops, but we are eating them. They have been good for morale. keeping us going, but we really need to focus on caribou and get some red meat at this point. Okay, on to caribou hunting. Yeah, there we go. Should be fun. Do some more glassing. Still frozen. Now we've looked over an awful lot of country and not seeing a single caribou in sight, so we'll keep moving. They got to be somewhere. But surprising, haven't heard any gunshots either. Haven't heard any indication that there's other people getting them. So we'll move on. The sun's peeking out again. It's like we're on a proper river. Once again, getting dive bombed by seagulls. Boy, they're really coming for me. And Ben. See the frozen ground melting and collapsing. It's like a massive amphitheater. Little bits falling all the time. Can never get enough blueberries. Looks like there's other camps across the way, so now we're finally getting into where people are. Well, further down the river is just choked with camps. You counted 6? I think I saw at least 6 with 2 or 3 guys on each of them. Whole bunch of tents. So we're at the end of our lonesome journey, it would appear. They're probably set up here waiting for caribou to cross, but we're not seeing any caribou. So we have to make a decision of where to put camp tonight. Probably upstream of all these guys, I would think. 300 right there. It ain't much, but it's gonna be home for now. Well, each camp has its own unique flavor, but we definitely have this one working for us between the 2 rafts.
Good socks too.
I'm gonna move my boots back.
That's some good socks too.
That's right. Almost time to make some fish. Boy, those birds are... somewhat cool morning, but not bad. We're starting to worry we may not get a caribou on this trip. Might be the first trip that Ben and I get skunked on, but we're holding out hope. We got a little faith that something will change. Just really surprised we're not seeing caribou here. Obviously, it's a major crossing area each year, but again, no gunshots. Haven't seen a single caribou in days. First one we saw was when we were hiking in that we saw a ton of caribou sign, but despite all the glassing over a lot of country, no caribou. We'll see. Time to hike up high and do some glassing. So we're back glassing and seeing no caribou at all. No indication that any are slipping through or going around. We'll keep hiking up and see if there's more further out. Oh, the rare cloudberry. Did you find some up there? Tastes like apricot. This is definitely the most I've ever seen in one place. I guess they're pretty possible to cultivate. If I recall, you have to have real specific acidic shallow soil, and I don't think each plant grows that many berries, so it's definitely a rare treat. Finally, got a good old-fashioned Roman road. Holy cow, it's about the size of a pancake. Jeez. It's past its prime, but that would be a meal in and of itself. It's the size of Ben's head. Yeah, it's been.
Look at that. It's like a non-typical shovel.
It is a non-typical shovel. Yeah, I wonder where the tops stopped, but wide bedspread. Wonder what it looked like alive. It was a big boy. Both Ben and I are just stunned. There is no caribou seen here. Clearly a major migration corridor. There's caribou trail, caribou sign everywhere, caribou sheds. It's pretty clear that they come through here, which explains why there's so many drop camps too. But they're not here. Maybe they're going to be here tomorrow. We're out of time. I think we need to float down and get close to where we're going to have to be if we need to head home. Oh, we finally spotted our first caribou way out there on top of that cut. I guess That's one caribou. Oh, it's the first caribou we've seen in 10 days, that said. So, guess we'll hang out here and see if something else shakes loose. That one's 5 miles away from us. It's not really worth the pursuit. Don't know where it's going. But maybe more are coming. Cross our fingers. Well, there's a big grizzly out there. Ben saw one other caribou. Again, at least 5 miles as the crow flies from us. Getting to it would be more like 8 minimum, would be my guess. Well, we gave it some time and a lot of glassing, but I think we're going to move on. Just not much here. Those 2 caribou are gone now. Certainly not coming this way. Very large grizzly out there, though. Must be a boar. But just not a lot of action happening right now. Yeah, caribou droppings are everywhere here. I don't know if they bed down. Hard to tell how old, though. It's definitely a high use area. They're just not here. Well, more cloudberries on the way down. Ran into a huge patch. Incredibly hot day. Whew. Sweating. Wind stopped. And we are back on the water. About to leave shortly on a scorching hot day. Hopefully we can find more luck further down the river.
Playing bumper cars in the river.
You don't want to play bumper cars? I mean, now is the perfect time.
We got the rest of today and a little bit of tomorrow to get a caribou, so I'm gonna keep looking.
I'm gonna keep looking too.
We can play bumper cars when we're back home and we're at the fair.
You think they'll let us on those rides? It's kind of embarrassing with people watching. Yeah, we're running out of time. We gotta make something happen quick. Geese. Frustrating, but Ben's right. It's probably nothing we could have done. He saw us first, so it was like he was coming out to the cut bank, saw us and took off running. As soon as we looked up and saw him, we would have had a split second to do anything. And they can run, 50 miles an hour, so Lord knows where he is. But a little bit of excitement, a little bit of disappointment. Would have been nice to just get a young bull down. We got to make camp. We're heading toward 9 o'clock.
Caribou in the area.
There are worse places to camp then. No, we're going to camp here on this flat gravel pad. And we missed a chance at that smaller bull. They seem to travel alone and just kind of roam around. That's what we saw last year. Well, our last fire got her going. Be our first trip that we weren't successful in terms of hunting, but can't really say it wasn't a successful trip given the fishing and the fact that nobody got hurt and all the other amazing experiences we had. So not the most efficient way to hunt though, spending half your time hiking in, the other half floating to where the caribou might be. But heck of a trip. It's not over. We got one more day. Kind of. Each camp is unique. You made a nice oven here out of stones. Coals right there. Fish is cooking perfectly. Final day. Unclear what our chances are of seeing a caribou or getting anything, but we're going to do our best as we knock out another 20 or so river miles. Try not to get run over by airboats. Could get lucky. You never know. About to depart. Our last campsite. We should get to some point to glass. We'll see what it looks like. There's obviously nowhere to put in all along here. We should definitely glass these flats. There could be some spunky lone bulls running around. Pretty decent weather overall. Yeah, I gotta start paddling again. Dandy grayling. Well, lots of grayling in these waters, but we're really trying to get more Delhi barred to take home. Last chance to glass. 3 airboats, one got stuck. This is why me and Ben got off the water. You never know who you're gonna run into. My spirits lifted as I realized I was looking at old Bob Hicks, well into his 70s, still at it, still hunting. There's a saying that Alaska's a small town. Despite its vastness, you never know who you're going to run into. Bob was impressed with us. He didn't care that we hadn't got a caribou. He just remarked that he wished he was half his age and could still do what we did. We returned the high praise, saying that we hope that we can still be out there and at it when we hit his age. Bob explained to us that nobody had seen any caribou. He said the migration was late. It would turn out he'd be right. It would take till the first week of September before caribou would start crossing where we had gone through. Briefly got separated when an airboat came around. We're fighting a hellacious headwind, taking about all the strength we have in the main channel. Now we're on a side channel. It might be a little bit easier to get going, but this wind is making progress difficult. We have the pipeline in sight. About 6-7 more miles to go. Boy, I wish the whole rest of the float could be like this. We're clipping along, protected from the wind. Even the angry territorial seagulls stopped harassing us. We're on the sag. Well, we are here along the highway. The airboat launch. Gonna hike back to the truck from here. Back at the truck, finally. How does one measure success? Is it getting an animal? It's clear that this trip was an ambitious adventure first and a hunt second, but neither of us had any regrets. As Bob helped us understand, it was the trip of a lifetime, something that many people would have on their bucket list, and it went well. We came out without injury, having seen the beauty of hundreds of miles of Alaskan wilderness. And perhaps someday, I'll take my children on this same trip. Maybe in September.